Alright, today we're going to be looking at the Skill RDA by Twisted Messes and Vapors MD, and we're going to be comparing it with a clone Skill RDA, not by Twisted Messes and Vapors MD. Well, yeah. So anyway, I will tell you where I got this and why I got this when we go up to FaceTime. But I thought it'd be a cool video. I always like these videos where you compared a clone to an original design and RDA. So let's do it. We're going to check out the differences. I can show you what to look for when you're buying your authentic RDAs. And I suppose what you would look for if you wanted to buy a clone. Clones aren't really something I like to support, but I'd be lying if I said I never bought one. Alright, so first of all, you obviously could see from the box that this is the real one, and the fake one, the box is way different. Alright, they still put their names on there though, man, but you could get clones that have the same exact box damn near. Now, obviously on this box, you're going to have some kind of printing on the back. Usually they have like what's in there, but on this box you have nothing. And lots of clones are like that. Lots of clones, you get these boxes and usually like this part's like a sticker. And it's just a box that they use for all their clones. And there's just like, sometimes it'll just say it on there, like just Skill. Real cheap looking. This is also a picture you would never see on an authentic RDA. You would never see a picture like that on that. You would see something like this. You know, you would see the emblem of the RDA and the name of the people in the proper font and everything like that. All right, even the Twisted Messes symbol looks a little cheap on this box. All right. So let's open these boxes and see just right off the bat how they look. Alright, so here's the original. Alright. And then if we open this box, this is what we get. So I believe this is the drip tip that came with it. So right off the bat, you could see the drip tip is completely different. Completely different. Alright, this drip tip is kind of like the weirdest shape I've ever seen. So who sent this over to me said that this was the drip tip that came with. I have no reason to not believe that. It is a funky drip tip. It is so uncomfortable. Obviously this drip tip is a lot nicer. Alright, so I'm actually not sure how much around the Skill RDA is. It actually almost looks like a 25. Interesting. Alright, yep. This is going to be a perfect... Okay, so before I go any further, let me tell you something. I have not vaped this yet. This is the first time... I haven't even opened the top cap of this one yet. I have opened the top cap of this. I haven't vaped either of them. I've never vaped a Skill RDA. So this is also going to be a first impressions video. I'll vape it, tell you what I think, all that. We're going to go down, compare it. I'm going to build it, do everything I usually do with RDA videos, and then I will tell you what I think about it. It is really going to be a first impression video. I have never used one of these before. I'm a big fan of Twisted Messes. You know, we're going to be doing 2 Twisted Messes videos. This is the only RDA from Twisted Messes I've never had. This was put out in the UK before it was put out in the US, and then he put it out in the US, which I'm super excited about. It's a very cool RDA. Hopefully it vapes as good as it looks, and as good as it looks like it builds. This drip tip is super nice. I mean, it's the first time I'm really even looking at it like that, but it is a very nice drip tip. And I'm guessing it's goon sized. It's like Delrin with the metal on the outside. It's very nice. I like it quite a bit, this drip tip. Which is... It's kind of obvious why they couldn't do that here. I mean, these clones, you'll get them for like $10. Alright. Alright, so... all in all, the shapes look pretty similar, but there are already a lot of things I see with these that are different. I'm sure you kind of seen already. But okay, let me get my whatchamacallit out. So right off the bat, you're going to get your tool bag. You're going to get your big old screws. It looks like you're going to get a squonk pin. Yep, a squonk pin. You're going to get a drip tip adapter for this, an Allen key, and O-rings. And usually with clones, they give you... Okay, the screws in here are very different so far. So what screws are in? So you got Allen keys in here, Allen key screws, an Allen key, 2 shitty coils, and O-rings. Alright, that's the clone bag. Alright. A bag for a clone will tell you all the information. It's so funny how even their bags suck. Look at these screws they give you. You get flatheads and Phillips heads for your skill. So 2 of these are Phillips, 2 of these are flatheads. And look at the screws for the real skill RDA. Now there might be Allen keys in the actual RDA. I think there are, but I have not looked yet. Alright. So, just by looks, alright. When an RDA comes out, it's going to be super important that you go to the website and look at the pictures that they're putting up. Alright. You could see, this is not engraved, alright? It's like laser printed. It's printed, the S, skill. This is engraved. Now, I haven't seen how many colors of the skill RDA were put out, and that's one of the benefits of a clone, is that clones usually put out a bunch more colors than the actual maker of the RDA. So that's one benefit of a clone, alright? Which is pretty cool, in a way. If you have both, maybe you like the color of the cap and you want to use the real deck, you could switch it over. Will these caps fit each other? We'll find out. They probably will. They usually do, but we're going to find out. Alright, so, obviously the drip tip's different. Other than that, they're pretty damn similar. I see this angle is... no, they're similar. Okay. Them holes look pretty similar too. Okay. Those holes look pretty similar. This is where you start to see stuff. You see how deep this screw is? Alright, that's just bad machining. I mean, how deep that screw is on the clone is just bad machining. That's all that is. It should be flush with this. Alright? More metal should be grabbing that screw than what is. Alright? Look at even this isn't etched in, it's printed. This is etched in. Alright? Is it etched in? It is etched in. Yes, I could feel that. You can't feel that. It's laser printed. Alright? Look at the serial number on this one. The serial number on this one, there's only 4 numbers. There's 5 numbers on this one. Okay. A big clue to this is you got a copper pin here, and you got a gold-plated, probably copper pin, but it's gold-plated. I'd rather probably have the gold-plated, but there's a chance that this one might hit harder. I'm not sure how that works. What really, really, really stands out to me is this insulator looks cheaper than this insulator. And that's a big giveaway with clones when you look at the insulator. This is a nice insulator. I guess this is PEEK and this is some kind of other plastic or something. But the insulator, see how this one's more white and this one's more clearish? That's a big giveaway for a clone. It just looks cheaper, you know? I've seen a lot of RDAs, and I know that I like this insulator better than that. Alright. Right off the bat, this one's heavier by a good amount, alright? So this one's probably like all stainless steel, and this one's probably, the cap's probably aluminum or something. I don't know. Let's pop these open. I'm going to pop the clone open first. Actually, yeah. Let me get 2 of my stands here. Alright. Can't wait to see inside both of these. I have not seen inside of the real one yet. So let's pop open the clone real quick. Okay. So the clone has Allen keys inside. Alright, so that's going to be one thing right off the bat. All you get is Allen keys with the clone. Alright, and we will try out these screws. Alright. Brass deck. Alright. Let's check this out. Is this concave? That is straight. This is... it's a little concave. Okay, it is a little concave in there. It does have a single coil option. Alright, so there's 3 with a single coil option. Let's check it out. Let's get the other one. Let's pop this open. Look at the deck. Yeah. Wow. I'm pretty sure these are way different. Let me make sure I'm holding this through. Oh my goodness gracious, look at that. I don't even think the screws will fit each other. The posts on the authentic are way bigger. Not way, I can't say way bigger. They're bigger. Alright. Look how close they are to the walls of the deck compared to how close they are to the walls of this deck. Wow, this is very different. Holy shit. Let me see something real quick. Let's see the cap. Okay. See in here, there's like a lip. This has no lip, it's just curved. There's a lip right here. There's no lip in here. There's a difference there. Alright. I want to see if this top cap fits on here. Oh, wow. It does. It needs different O-rings, it looks like. It does fit. It needs different O-rings, though. Alright, let's see if this cap fits on the clone. If the real cap fits on the clone. Oh, it does. It's very, very tight. Very tight. Alright. So it looks like this isn't the proper size of the original. Let's try to see if the airflows are the same. This doesn't even go on there and stay. And look at that. It doesn't... Am I upside down? No, I'm good. Doesn't line up. So this isn't really even a one-to-one clone. There are one-to-one clones out there where everything will be damn near the same. They're still not perfect because it's not made by the same person. But this is why you have to watch out for clones, because you may not be getting the same thing. And when you think about this, this is going to change the airflow of the clone. So this is why, if you really want to get the experience of the RDA, you should probably buy the original. Now the skill only goes for like 25. Yeah, this won't even go into here. Oh, it does. Okay, I'm sorry. It does. I don't even want to force it. I don't even want to force it. Fuck that. You could see, if it was in there, they wouldn't line up. So yeah, these are not exactly the same. I mean, obviously by the deck you could see that they're not exactly the same. So, there are Allen keys though in the original. Alright, Allen keys. So you get Allen keys, flatheads, Phillips. With this you just get Allen keys. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do with this video. I'm going to do the installs in the real one. At the end, I'm going to put the same exact coils in both of these and vape them, tell you, how they both vape. If I'm getting the same experience and whatever have you. Clones, I would definitely clean the shit out of this before you vape it. Alright, it doesn't feel like there's any oil on there, but I am throwing this in the ultrasonic cleaner. Alright. All in all, it's not a bad clone at all. It's just not exactly. Alright, so We'll see how it vapes, if it's any different or whatever. I'm going to try to put the same exact build, same exact position, wick it the same exact way with the same juice, same wattage, all that kind of stuff. We're going to do them both all the same, and I'm going to tell you my experience with both. We'll see maybe if one gets hotter than the other. This deck is gorgeous. I fucking love this deck. These posts are awesome. I really, really, really like this deck. It's so nice. The juice well's nice and deep. Juice well's nice and deep on both of them. But you could just tell. Look at how close the posts are to the deck on the real one. And how close they are on the fake one. So this is the things you need to watch out for when you're getting clones. Check out them websites first. It looks like these screws are even taller. Finer threads. O-rings are smaller on this one than they are on this one. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Cool. Alright. Let's do our build thing. 22 gauge 9 wrap around a 3mm. Now it will fit something like a 6 or 7 wrap. You're just going to have to make them leads longer because the posts are pretty far apart, which is a good thing to me. So if you want to do a 6 or 7 wrap, then you want to make the leads longer, or you're going to want to space the coils. Alright, so either space the coils or make the leads longer if you want less wraps. But this 9 wrap 22 gauge 3mm fits in there great. They're really sturdy in there. Everything went well. These screws are super smooth. Let's try something like Aliens, but before we do that, the 6 wraps actually fit in here better because the posts are closer together. Alright, so since the posts are closer together on the clone, it's going to accept the smaller builds a little bit easier, which is a little funny, but not really. Alright, I think it's time for a new pair of aliens for these videos, but these aliens went in fine. These aliens were pretty beat up. They've seen a lot of decks and no heat, but they went in just fine in this skill RDA, and they would go in just fine in the clone too. There's no reason for me to check that. I am 100% confident that they would go into this one just as well. Let's try something a little bigger. Let's do series coils. Alright, 10 wrap series alien. I could have put the one here, but I put the second one in the clone. Now these are 10 wraps around a 3.5mm bit. These would be for your series, for your stacked mods and stuff. This would be able to fit even an 11, maybe even a 12 wrap of these same coils. This one fit this coil just fine, this 10 wrap, but I don't think it would take an 11 or 12 because them posts, you could see just how much different it is. Alright. Let's do something like a pitchfork side. Let's put in something 18 ply staple. Alright, something fancy. Alright, this is a different coil than I usually use, but it's just to make a point. Alright, so this is a big coil. This is probably a little bigger than the coils I usually use at the pitchfork part, but it went in here fine. This is a big 4 wrap. Alright, now this is where you're going to run into the problem with the clones. And before I go even further, they do take the same Allen key. These screws are dramatically smoother than these ones, but I'm going to show you where you run into problems. I have the same exact coil here. Alright, these two coils are the same exact. I have no reason to lie about that. Just believe me, they're the same exact. It's going to be harder to get into here. Alright, because I think that these screws are actually, or these sections where the screws go are actually a little smaller. I'm not positive. I know that these screws won't go into that one and them screws won't go into this one because the threading's different. But also, since the posts, you see this? I would have to bend this in. It's going to ruin my coil. It's just not going to go in like it went into the other one because these posts are closer together. All right. Let's do something like stovetop. Alright, so stovetops and two-post decks usually don't like each other, but this is actually working out. I guess since the posts are so long, you could put it wherever. Stovetops are a build that where you would build it to the RDA anyway, so you could pretty much make a stovetop fit into any RDA by wrapping it differently. There is a way to wrap a two-post stovetop, which is very different from how this one's wrapped in just a circular motion. I'd be able to fit this stovetop into here too, no problem. This would be fine with a stovetop as well. Let's try something with tall leads, something with some husky leads. Let's try that in this skill RDA. Alright. Cage builds are going to be great for the skill RDA. It's also pretty tall of an RDA too. Look at them husky leads in there. No problem. This one kind of fell flat, but this one's pretty husky. You could see it would work. I could put stuff in there even taller than that. These things go up very high and they go up very smoothly. I mean, all the tolerances on the screws and the O-rings is great on this skill RDA. This clone one is going to take some husky leads too, just not quite as much. It's just a little shorter. You can see these screws are very wobbly on here. They're just not as good. It's just very cheaply made. Alright. Alright, we have one more, and that would be an Inception. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. So wow, I didn't think I was going to fit that in there. At first it looked like it was not going to go in there. Is there a better configuration of an Inception that would fit in this deck better? Yes, but I actually got this one in there, which is pretty freaking impressive. I thought this was going to be a build that I was going to be like, nah, it's not going to fit in there. But there's another Inception that could. But no, this one actually fits in there. I'm going to have to get a different Inception build for these. This one is getting boring. But, Alright, so what I made there is 24 gauge N90 and 38 N80. I made about 15 inches worth all in one strand. I'm going to get 4 coils out of this wire, 2 for each RDA, so I have the same exact build in each RDA. Wrap them up and install them. I'm going to show you how I do the regular skill RDA, and then I'm probably going to fast forward through the clone skill RDA. Alright, I don't know how many wraps I'm going to do these fuse Claptons here, but we're going to see how many I could get out of each of these. I am going to use a 3mm bit. I will probably fast forward through this part. Alright, 4 coils at 6 wraps, all the same 2438, N90 and N80 fuse Claptons. Let's get out the skill RDA original. I got the screws up a little bit already. I'm going to take a 3mm bit, because that's what I wrap the coils around, and I am going to bend these leads so that they're on the same level, just like that. I'm going to install my first one like so. Alright, gonna get it a little away from the posts, just not too much, and cut my leads. Then I'm gonna take that coil out, just like I do all RDAs. I install one coil at a time until all the leads are cut. Install him in there. Hold him off a bit and cut. And I'm going to leave him in. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to take another 3mm bit and use that to hold the coil in. I'm going to take the other coil, put it onto this bit, and I'm going to get this one inside of the posts as well. Push it in. I'm going to make sure that they're both pretty much the same distance away from the posts as each other. And then all I need is my alien. Okay. Tighten these screws down, they go down really nice. You can get some really good torque on it. Raise them up just a little bit, just so I get more of a underneath the coil airflow kind of situation going. Alright. So there's the two fuse Claptons in the Skill RDA. Alright. And I'm going to get the other one, and I will probably fast forward through this bit as well. But we're going to put the same coils in here with no jump seams, just so you could see that I'm using the same coils in both RDAs, so that when I tell you how they each vape, you know that they're getting equal coils, equal wicking, and all that stuff. Now I just gotta heat these coils up and get them wicked up. I'm only gonna heat the one on camera just to save some camera card space and stuff like that. So, just like I always do, I'm gonna get a regulated device, and I am going to put the wattage down to something a little lower than even 42. I like to put it around 15 to 20 watts. There's 15, nailed it. And I'm going to pulse, which means I'm going to push the button and let it go. Push it and let it go. Alright, and I do that about 15 times. Then I put my bit in there and I wiggle it around. Wiggle it around. I'm going to hit it about another 10 times. I should start seeing colors during this 10 times. I could start holding it in a little longer, and then I'm going to strum. Pulse a couple more times. Alright. So far these things are reading very, very low. 0.06, huh? Wow. That's that N90. Holy smokes. That is very low. Alright. So this should be fun. That type of build is actually right up my alley. 1, 2, 3. Unlock. I'm going to put this up to about 30 watts. It's going to need it to pulse through this kind of ohm reading. They should raise the ohms a bit since it is nichrome. Nichrome likes to raise after it sees some heat and getting the hot spots out. Alright, I don't like to pinch too much because it just puts a hot spot in another place. Alright, we're going to start seeing some colors, some heat, strum. We're going to get all them hot spots out without pinching too much. I really don't like pinching too much. I like to do like 1 or 2 pinches just to make the coils look good, but it has actually almost nothing to do with the hot spots for me. I do not like pinching. I say it quite often. Plus there's a chance to damage the coils a lot more when you pinch. I mean, I'm being pretty rough on these coils with the strumming, but I mean, these aren't, you know, they're not 42 gauge pitchforks here, they're 38 gauge fuse Claptons. Even if something were to happen, it wouldn't be a big deal. Alright, I think I'm glowing pretty evenly. I'll do the rest off camera if there is anything else, but so far it's looking pretty good. I'm going to get the other one all glowed up and looking good. It's still reading at a 0.06. I'm guessing after this cools down it's going to go up a little bit, but we will see. Alright, I'll be back with the wicking. Alright, here's the clone skill, and the build in it is 0.06 as well. It is glowing nice and even. And this battery's running dead, but it's going good. Alright, now I have the regular skill here. We're going to wick this up. I'm just going to show you how to wick one of them up and once again turn the camera off, do the other. Actually, no. We'll fast forward through. I'm going to show you I'm using the same exact wick. How about that? Alright, so Stellar King Khalif brand. This is Cool Wick Cotton. This is my favorite one, this littler can here. And I'm going to take a generous amount out since I am wicking 2 RDAs. I'm going to cut that generous amount and then I'm going to rip it in half exactly. Alright, let's call that exactly there. Okay, and I'm going to wick both of these RDAs using 1 clump for each of them. So this is actually pretty thick, so I think I could go like this. And stick that through there. Alright, might be a little loose. Alright, all wicked up. I'm going to show you how I took this down. You just want that cotton hitting the very bottom of the deck without folding over too much. Leave the bottom of that coil open. Kind of just take it. And just kind of do it all in a couple couple small motions, make sure it's fluffy. Alright, so I'm going to drip both of these with the same exact juice. I'm actually going to use this Toast It that Mr. Burgundy sent to me. Toast It, I have it in this bottle. And I'm going to drip it on both of these RDAs. This juice is very good. So I'm going to drip it on here. I'm going to drip it on there. I'm going to drip it everywhere. Alright. Alright. I will see you back up top and I will tell you what I think. Talk a little bit more about the whole clone versus authentic deal. Alright. See you up there. Alright, back on top with the Skill RDA from Twisted Messes, and I might have put too much juice. I might have put too much juice in my RDA. Hold on. I'm a fucking idiot. This is gonna be the best day of my life. Alright, so this is my first impression. I have never vaped the Skill RDA. I didn't even take a hit off of it. I didn't even do it. I didn't fucking do it. I died. Alright, so enough of that fucking bullshit. Before I even take a vape off of this, let me show you something. 18650. 18650. Both 18650 mods, brass mods, both are brass. Both brass mods. One has the Skill clone on top. One has the original clone on top. Alright, so I think we're pretty even here. Same cotton, same build, same juice, same battery, same alloy mod. I'm going to have the same amount of holes open, 2 on each side. Alright. That one looks like it's firing pretty good. I think this one was drowned it though. Alright. 2 holes open. That sounds pretty even. Sounds good to me. Alright, first impressions of the Skill. I have never vaped this before. Let's do it. It's really good flavor with the 2 holes, but actually, that's more restrictive than I thought it would be. Am I near cotton or something? Let me straighten out this cap. I'm going to go full 3 holes open, because that actually seemed a little more restrictive than I like. Let's cut it down to 2. I think I was in front of the cotton. There's no notches on this. When you line it up, you can line it up however you want. Wherever your coils are, you can put that airflow in front. That flavor is really good. I could feel how this could get hot for somebody with this metal drip tip. Maybe you want to change that to a different drip tip. I don't know. Very cloudy, even with 2 holes. Very cloudy. Really good flavor. Really good flavor. Better than the Ocular. It's got really good flavor. I like it. Maybe it's just this juice by Mr. Burgundy that I love so much. I don't know. Alright. Do I have some water? Do I have some water? Let's do it. Let's do 2 holes open. Let me make sure it's all lined up on the clone. I need more water than that. I should have did 1.5, Nick. Here we go. Let's taste more airy. This drip tip is retarded. I'm sorry. I'm actually having a lack of flavor, and I'm actually getting a funky taste. What is going on here? I actually thought that it was just going, maybe I should have put it in the ultrasonic. I am getting a very funky flavor off of this. I ain't even lying, man. It's more airy too. It's definitely more airy. Now that I look at it, look at these air holes. They are more sharp on the original, and they're more rounded on the clone. And I think that is opening up the air quite a bit. Just that little bit is opening up the air quite a bit, man. This thing needs to be washed, I think, because I'm getting a funky taste. I should have ultrasonic cleaned this thing for sure. All in all, I mean, I'm getting a funky flavor. I'm getting a funky flavor with that one. The real one's fucking good. Listen, I'm going to do another Twisted Messes video. I'm going to spend a week with this skill RDA. I'm going to wash out that other skill RDA. And I will tell you in the Twisted Messes video what I think about both of them. Alright, how I spend time with the skill, how much I like it. And I will give you an update on the clone. Alright, so I decided to clean it out tonight. I put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. Burnt the coils again. Same coils in here, same cotton, same juice. There was a little bit of hot spots when I took the cotton out, but that happens sometimes, so I cleaned it all out. I haven't took a vape off of it. Here is the clone skill. Plus, I wanted to do this tonight because I forgot to mention something. So much better. So much better. Had to be oil or maybe hot spots. I think it was oil. I really do. And by oil, I mean machine oil. This one's much more airy than the original. Much more. So, I'm going to cut the airflow down a bit on the two holes. Still a cloudy RDA. Not getting as good a flavor as the original, but it's still good flavor. I don't think this cap is as concave. I think the holes are in a different position. I think they're a little bigger. So I don't think I'm getting the same experience all in all. Is it kind of the same experience? It's in the same ballpark, but it's different. It is. It's just different. This is getting hot too. Now, I believe this is aluminum, so it should cool down quicker. I don't know, but it is getting hot. Which the original was too, but it wasn't quite as hot. I did also change the drip tip to the one that I was sent with this on the side. It's vaping good though. For a clone that probably somebody paid, I don't know, like 10 or 15 bucks for, it's vaping great, man. I mean, you can't really ask for too much with that price. It's a good copy of the skill. Is it perfect, a one-to-one? No, but it's a pretty damn good copy. Now, how I got this. Ohm is where the art is. Sent this clone over to me. He heard me talking about I wanted a skill RDA. He sent the clone over to me. I showed it off in a coffee talk. I said, thank you. You know what I would love to do with this is do a clone versus a real. He texted me like a day later and said the real one's on its way. I said, awesome. So thank you very much, Mr. Ohm is where the art is. Ron, thank you so much for both of these. I'm giving this one away in the Coil class build-off this week. So thank you. Somebody's going to love this thing, and I'm going to love the original. All in all, it's a good clone. It's just not one-to-one. All right. back to the video. I want to do a video with all the Twisted Messes RDAs, just showing them off a little bit. Now, saying that the skill RDA, I don't know if it's fair for me to do the Aliens game right now, because right now I'm really liking it. I'd probably just say yes, pick it up. I think, like, once again, Twisted Messes does them sales. If you could get that thing for $35, which I think that's how much it is most times, definitely, it's made so fucking well. Oh, fits goon caps. Trinity Glass goon cap. It was right on there. Beautiful. That tastes good too. Let's see if maybe the oil's on the cap. Or if it is even oil. Oh, doesn't fit. Doesn't fit. Man, okay, so clones. I get it, man. I get it. I get why people buy clones. I bought clones. I got a clone Kennedy that's a 1-to-1, and I put it next to other Kennedys, and it's the same exact fucking thing. I fucking get it. I don't support it anymore, but I don't get mad at people for doing it. Why is it important to support people that design these? Is because they put a lot of time and effort into it. And for somebody to just come down and steal that design from them and make money off of it without them getting any kind of money out of them for it, it's just wrong. Now, are there things you could do, like get patents and stuff so people don't do that? Yes, but it's expensive. And when you're not making a lot of money in to begin with, what's the sense? If two people are going to collaborate on an RDA like Twisted Messes and Vapor MD, and they got to split the little bit of money that they're going to make on that, if they're making anything at all, it sucks when somebody comes down and steals your design. People spend a lot of time on these, man. Spend a lot of time. I can't think of the phrase I was going to say, but it's important to support the main brand. Why are clones good? Because what if it's an RDA that I don't think I'm going to buy? I don't even want it. But your buddy's like, dude, it's awesome. Maybe pick up a clone, get a little feel for it, and then you're like, oh, now I do want a real one. I do. I've done that with them. I checked it out with the clone first, got a 1-to-1 clone. So, all in all, there's a place for clones, I guess. I don't really support it that much, but I see why they're out there. But it's important to support the people that design them. Especially people like Twisted Messes that are just so good to the community. All in all, I'm done with this video. And like I said, I will give you an update when I do the next Twisted Messes video. I hope you enjoyed this one. I enjoyed making it. I like the clone up against the original. I think that's a fun video to do. It's going to be super long, but thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe, comment. If you want to support the channel, I'm over on Patreon. I will put a link in the description. Everybody enjoy your night. Thanks for watching. Let me get that skill. My life.